And now we move on to some question answers on this chapter. I'll give you the hints also about the answer. What you need to understand is you must write original answers. You must try to write in your own language and do not copy it from the book. मैं यहाँ आपको सख्त हिदायत दूंगा, एक स्पष्ट चेतावनी दूंगा कि आप अपने उत्तर स्वयं लिखें, पुस्तक से नकल ना करें, क्योंकि नकल जो करते हैं वो याद नहीं रख पाते और कहीं प्रश्न में थोड़ा सा बदलाव आया और आपने नकल कॉपी कर दी तो इतना लंबा चौड़ा लिखने के बाद भी पूरा उत्तर गलत हो जाता है. So try to understand the chapter. I'm sure you have understood the chapter well. And in a very simple language, point by point, write answers. I'll also give you some hints to some of the questions that we are going to do. Let us have first few questions before you, for you to answer. First question. Do you think Umberto Eco likes being interviewed? Give reasons for your opinion. क्या आपको ऐसा लगता है कि उम्बर्टो इको को इंटरव्यू देना अच्छा लगता है? अपने विचार के पक्ष में कारण लिखें, जो भी आपका विचार है. दिस इज क्वेश्चन नंबर 1. राइट इन योर ओन लैंग्वेज. Second question. How does Eco find the time to write so much? How does Eco find the time to write so much? Eco को इतना लिखने का समय कैसे मिल जाता है? Third. What was distinctive about? Distinctive means clear, which can be seen clearly. Something which can be seen clearly, जिसे साफ देखा जा सके. What was distinctive about Eco's academic writing style? Eco's academic writing style. उसके लिखने की शैली के बारे में क्या खासियत है? Fourth question. Did Umberto consider himself a novelist first or an academic scholar? अम्बर्टो अपने को नॉवेलिस्ट मानता है या स्कॉलर मानता है? उत्तर लिखें. एंड लास्ट इज, व्हाट इज द रीजन फॉर ह्यूज सक्सेस ऑफ हिज नॉवेल द नेम ऑफ द रोज? व्हाट इज द रीजन फॉर, एक रीजन देना है बस आपको, ये शॉर्ट क्वेश्चंस हैं सब. फॉर ह्यूज सक्सेस ऑफ द नॉवेल द नेम ऑफ द रोज. सो हियर आर द 5 क्वेश्चंस covering a kind of, it's a quick recap on part 2 of this chapter, and that you need to answer yourself. Now let's move to few bigger questions, long questions. Among the long questions, the first one, the long question that we may have is, write in brief the history of the interviews. Write in brief the history, as you know, of interviews. In interview, you have to mention the Penguin book. You have to mention Christopher Silver's contribution. You also have to mention about Edison that I told you. And then you have to mention about different types of interviews, different purposes of interview, and also different methods of interview. Next question. Why did Louis Carroll hate being interviewed? Louis Carroll को इंटरव्यू से नफरत क्यों थी? Same question continues. What was Rudyard Kipling's opinion about interview? What was Rudyard Kipling's opinion about interview? When it comes to Louis Carroll, what do you have to write? He talks about the lionization. Lionized by the interviewer. Louis Carroll hated. And as a result, what happened? He kept everyone at distance. Tried to convince everyone to keep themselves away from him. What about Rudyard Kipling? He also hated being interviewed. And he has his own reasons. As his wife mentioned in the diary very clearly, you have to describe that short story. What she mentioned about the two journalists coming up in the morning and spoiling the day. The next question is, the celebrities hate being interviewed because they think it is unwanted, unwarranted, disturb their privacy. Why? I repeat, the celebrities hate being interviewed because they think it unwanted, unwarranted. It disturbs their private life. Why do they think so? The answer is that most celebrities feel that it is an intrusion into their private life. हमारे अपने खुद के जीवन पे एक तरीके से वो हमला है, इंट्रूजन है। वी.एस. नैपॉल, उसका तो कहना था he lost a part of his self, while Louis Carroll called it immoral. H.G. Wells called it an ordeal, एक बहुत कठिन दौर. And Saul Bellow, thumbprints on his windpipe. गले को चोक करने जैसा लगता है. So in this you have to answer, write about these 4-5 famous persons, 3 lines each, using the key sentences that they used while talking negative about the interview. You remember David Lodge. The question is, David Lodge once said about Umberto Eco, I can't understand how one can write so much as he does. What did Eco say in interview about it? David Lodge, what he said, you have read. But in response to this statement of David Lodge, what did Eco told Mukund? The interviewer reminded Eco about the statement of Lodge. And the Eco replied that he did not do too many things. You remember? He said, I do one and the same thing in different ways, using different methods. And what is that one and the same thing? He says that all my writings are towards philosophical interests. मेरा जो दर्शन शास्त्र के प्रति इंटरेस्ट है, दार्शनिक रुचि है, इस सब में मेरी दार्शनिक रुचि दिखती है. तो ये तो कॉमन है, बड़ा सरल है, अलग अलग चीजें मैं नहीं करता. So pursuing my philosophical interest, I do so many things, write novels, write serious books, and many other things for children, attending seminars, interviews, writing articles for newspapers, etc., etc. They all have one common thread. They all satisfy my academic philosophical pursuit. This is what his reply. Next question. How is Umberto's non-fiction writing a departure from his regular writings? कैसे वे उससे अलग हैं? अम्बर्टो की गैर काल्पनिक लेखनी उसकी लिखित शैली से कैसे दूर है, अन्य शैली से कैसे दूर है? How is it different? Eco's non-fictional writing, it's a departure. Departure मतलब अलग दिशा में जाना. from a regular style in one sense that it contains playful, method, personalized quality. It connects the two. He does not like false hypothesis. उसे वो तरीका पसंद नहीं कि हम पहले काल्पनिक एक शोध के तरीके का रास्ता अख्तियार करें जहाँ कल्पना की उड़ान में जाएं, फिर उसके बाद उसको सही करें और फिर निष्कर्ष निकालें। उसका कहना होता है कि मुझे तो सीधा तरीका पसंद है, कहानी लिखने जैसा। आई फाइंड दैट काइंड ऑफ राइटिंग, जो रेगुलर एकेडमिक स्टाइल थी, वो बड़ी डीपर्सनलाइज थी, बहुत बोरिंग होती थी, बहुत डल थी। Umberto does not like flat style. He writes stories. On the other hand, he tells the story of his times in a narrative form, including his trials, including his failures. वो पूरी सच्चाई रख देता है उसमें सामने. So in this way, you have to describe Umberto's style is different from in fictional and non-fictional both. Now the last question. Justify the title, the interview. Justify करना मतलब उचित ठहराना. इस लेख का जो शीर्षक है द इंटरव्यू, क्या वो उचित है? यदि राजी हैं तो कारण लिखें. The answer could be something like this, that the first part of the chapter, it deals with likings and dislikings of interviews by celebrities. जो पहला पार्ट है उसमें सेलिब्रिटीज़ जो हैं, प्रसिद्ध लोग हैं, उनकी पसंद नापसंद इंटरव्यू के बारे में है. और सामान्यतः जनरली सेलिब्रिटीज़ जो हैं वो इंटरव्यू को पसंद नहीं करते, क्योंकि उनका कहना है कि इंटरव्यू इज़ it enters into their private life. उसमें ये भी बताया गया है कि some people feel that interviews are like ordeals. Some feel it is like a print finger on the throat, and different. Some feel it is an assault, and to some it is immoral. ये पहले पार्ट में इंटरव्यू के बारे में बताया गया, और दूसरे पार्ट में तो इंटरव्यू ही लिया गया है. इन द सेकेंड पार्ट, इंटरव्यू ऑफ Umberto इज देयर, who is a famous novelist by Mukund Padmanabhan, who works for Hindu, The Hindu, a daily newspaper. And so we find that right from beginning to end, the content is all about interview. And that is the reason why the title given is The Interview. And that is the reason we consider this title to be appropriate, and we justify. The title is justified. There are still a few questions looking to be as important as the ones that we have done coming to my mind. And these questions, one of them is, describe the opinion for and against the interview as mentioned in the lesson. Describe the opinions for and against. पक्ष और विपक्ष. For मतलब पक्ष में, against मतलब विपक्ष में. Given in this chapter, we have several times done this exercise through other questions. So what you have to do is, you have to write about celebrities' opinions. One by one, all celebrities. And then in the end you have to say that even if this is true, even if there are many negative opinions about interview is still the best method today for different purposes. It still remains the best method. अब आपको लिखना है कि साक्षात्कारों के माध्यम से हमारे समकालीन लोगों की सबसे जो क्लियर छवि है वो हमें मिलती है, सच्ची छवि मिलती है. वी गेट द ट्रू पिक्चर ऑफ आवर कंटेम्पोररीज. और साक्षात्कार जो है, इंटरव्यू जो है, The interview has become a kind of a special thing of modern time journalism. It has given a new scope of getting to know the people, new way of getting to know the people. इसने साक्षात्कार को एक तरीके से पत्रकारिता की एक खास विद्या का रूप दे दिया है. So with that we come to an end of question answer session. Now the last part is few of the difficult words. Of course I have spoken quite a lot about many of the difficult words that were there, but there are still few that you need to know, and so here they are. Spectacular. Spectacular मतलब चमत्कारिक. Your performance was spectacular. The annual function of your school was spectacular. बहुत शानदार, अत्यंत प्रभावशाली. Seminal. 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 इसका मतलब होता है अत्यंत प्रभावशाली. It is a seminal book on this topic. बहुत ही मूलभूत ओरिजिनल किताब है इस विषय पर. Seminal. Similarly, metaphysics. Metaphysics means तत्व विज्ञान. तत्व विज्ञान. Theology means धर्म विज्ञान. Study of religion. Dissertation. Dissertation का पढ़ाते समय मैंने बताया था, प्लीज नोट द स्पेलिंग. इसका हिंदी में अनुवाद है शोध कार्य. व्हाट इज दैट डिसर्टेशन? जब भी हम कोई काम करते हैं और यदि उसमें हम रिसर्च करते हैं, वैज्ञानिक तरीके से उसमें खोज करते हैं, फिर उसको हम एक लेखन का रूप देते हैं. वी गिव इट द शेप of a kind of a publication or a few pages written. That is called dissertation. Hypothesis. Hypothesis means parikalpanaएं. Frustrated means kunthit. I am feeling very frustrated because I missed the train. I am feeling frustrated because I missed the train. मुझे बड़ी कुंठा महसूस हो रही है क्योंकि मैंने ट्रेन मिस कर दी. So this means frustrated means कुंठित. Formidable. Formidable मतलब भयानक, शक्तिशाली. I faced a formidable challenge during my journey to North Pole. During my journey to Himalaya. हिमालय की यात्रा में मैंने एक बड़ा खतरनाक भयानक चैलेंज फेस किया. Formidable. सेमियोटिक्स आई टोल्ड यू, लक्षण विज्ञान. उसके बाद नेक्स्ट वर्ड मेडिवल. मेडिवल मीन्स मध्यकालीन. आपको बताया एंशियंट मतलब पूर्व, प्राचीन काल. मॉडर्न मीन्स आधुनिक काल. स्टैगरिंग. स्टैगरिंग मीन्स अत्याधिक. स्टैगरिंग नंबर ऑफ पीपल शोड अप ऑन द ग्राउंड. मैदान में बड़ी भारी संख्या में, अत्यधिक संख्या में लोग आ गए. द फिगर इज स्टैगरिंग. जो संख्या है बहुत बड़ी है. आई कैन नॉट डिस्क्राइब सो बिग. द अमाउंट इज स्टैगरिंग. रकम बहुत बड़ी है. एथिकल. एथिकल मतलब नैतिक. नैतिक. योर कंडक्ट मस्ट बी एथिकल. तुम्हारा अपना व्यवहार नैतिक व्यवहार होना चाहिए. एथिकल मीन्स नैतिक. और उसके बाद है इंटरस्टाइसिस मतलब अंतराल. इंटरस्टाइसिस को हटाओ तो दुनिया मुट्ठी में है. दैट इज व्हाट समवन सेज. हु सेज यू फाइंड आउट. So that word used by that someone is interstices, antaral, gap, space. And elevator, I told you, is the lift. So with this, We have also done difficult words. We have done question answers. Hope you have understood this chapter well. And it's a very interesting chapter. You can still read more about interviews from different sources and enjoy reading.